You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. ICE agents are being accused of stopping a Long Island man without probable cause. And the lawyer handling the case says he has video to prove it.
Let me see your ID, please.
And what's this for?
What's that?
What's this for?
Because you look like somebody woke up.
Looking for?
Suffolk resident Elzan Lemus says he was in handcuffs for about 25 minutes during this incident in Westbury. Lemus was on his way to work last week with a co-worker when they were stopped.
In this situation, when asked the question of who you're looking for or what's going on, they did not give any information and did not provide information to a reasonable question.
What's up, guys?
Now, lawyers are calling for the incident to be investigated. The Nassau County Police Department says its officers were not involved. ICE has not answered a request for comment. And police are investigating an apparent murder-suicide in Jamesport. It happened last night on Lagoon Court. Officials say 62-year-old Edward Crohan fatally shot his wife, 60-year-old Stephanie Crohan, then killed himself. Detectives want anyone with information to call the homicide squad at 631-852-6392. And a Mastic man has been charged after trying to return a replica World War II pistol to the museum he allegedly stole it from. Gerard Asaro was arrested at the Museum of American Armor in Old Bethpage. Police say the replica was damaged after the 71-year-old tried to convert it into a functioning gun. And officials are one step closer to a settlement in a case involving more than $90 million in red light camera fees. Suffolk County has requested a judge mediate negotiations on how drivers should be reimbursed. The county collected $91 million in fees from 2013 up until last year. And in November, an appeals court ruled the added fees were illegal. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. It was a beautiful day today, and tomorrow, pretty sure it's going to be just as nice, but the clouds will stick with us. Temperatures dropping too, but we don't have any rain. We'll have the 7-day forecast later in the broadcast to see if rain is moving in this weekend. The Theodore Roosevelt Awards have been given to police officers from Nassau and Suffolk. The award is given to officers that have overcame a major physical challenge.
As I started to get better, that always stood out to me, because even though my body was broken, it reminded me I was still a cop. And I made the decision pretty quickly from there to go back to work.
Detective Timothy Thran was hit by a drunk driver while directing traffic in Yaphank. He returned to work after nearly a month in a coma. Nassau's award was granted to Officer Alexa Cremato, who has been battling Hodgkin's lymphoma.
A sea of rainbows and acceptance along Main Street in Huntington Sunday for the 35th annual Pride Parade. Organizers say it's the biggest one yet, with 135 groups marching and about 20,000 people watching along the route. Sabriana Figueroa Singh was one of those jumping for joy. She says she came out when she was 15.
Pride is about love, it's about being seen, it's about being heard, it's about existing without consequence.
Parade founder David Kilmnick from the LGBT Network fought in court to hold the event back in 1991. This year, he says, the Pride Parade is even more important as he worries federal lawmakers are stripping away LGBT rights. He says the recent news of the removal of Long Island-born gay rights icon and Navy veteran Harvey Milk's name from a U.S. Navy replenishment ship is a blatant attempt to change history.
Today, we're marching for Harvey. We're marching for every LGBT youth. We're marching for every LGBTQ person under attack. And we're saying we will not be erased.
The theme of this year's parade is Defiant Joy, something that organizers and parade goers say
is needed more than ever.
We got to come out and support each other and do it in a joyous way so we can remember that there are still like good things going on, even with everything terrible happening like in this country right now.
We need to love everyone, everyone's accepted, everyone's welcome, and we just need to live and be okay with it. That's it.
Long Island Pride is going to be anything but silent. It is going to be loud, it's going to be proud, and the biggest one we've ever had before.
In Huntington, Andrew Enger, NewsdayTV.
Now, to read more about Pride on Long Island, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now, the Rangers have traded Chris Kreider. The left wing is headed to the Anaheim Ducks. Kreider played more than 1,000 games with the team and was the third leading goal scorer in team history. And the Rangers said, in part, quote, "We want to thank Chris Kreider for all of his contributions to the Rangers organization over his stellar career. Chris will always be a Ranger, and we wish him and his family all the best."
Catch the latest from Newsday in high school sports when Sarah sounds off.
It's the spring season and we're warming up. Boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse, softball, baseball, track and field. Every sport, every game. And be part of the action when I take your questions. So be sure to email me, text me, hit me up on X, Instagram, make a phone call. We're going to have a great time all season long.
Sarah sounds off. Tuesdays at Newsday.com/Sarah.
Only in Newsday, a Babylon chef splits his passions between food and running, and he's going the extra mile to raise awareness for mental health.
My motto is always cook with love. My name's Christopher LaMagna. I'm the executive chef at the Babylon Mercantile. I always make pretend I'm cooking for my family, like the people who I love. It's all about the dough and the consistency. We offer one-on-one cooking classes. Put your knife right on top of the garlic. You get a full smash all the way through. We're able to connect with everyone in the community as well as eat really good food and enjoy the time here. My career as a chef started when I was a child. I used to cook with my grandfather a lot. And then in elementary school, I worked at a restaurant out in Queens. My mom used to be a waitress there and started as a prep cook. And within 3 months, I became their executive chef. And I went into restaurants, worked in the city, and now I'm here at the Babylon Mercantile. Cooking for me was a way to hide from my issues. You don't have time to think about anything. And that's why I started running during COVID. All those things came out and about and I had to face those issues. And I connected with the Long Island Crisis Center and in order to raise awareness for mental health. So every year for the past 4 years, I would run from Montauk Lighthouse to Central Park, which is like 130 miles. I woke up and I said, I'm gonna run from Lake George all the way to Montauk. I sat down 2 weeks before the run and I mapped it out. Me and my crew, we hit the road. My entire life, I've always wanted to give back to my community. This year, they got 24 new applications for volunteers at the Long Island Crisis Center. I love the connection. I'm able to share what I know. We're gonna slice those the same way and small dice it as well. But I'm also able to reapply what I know to myself as well. So as I'm teaching, I'm learning.
Now, to see more exclusive stories like this, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Island homes and businesses save with solar for over 20 years.
All right, here's what's up on Long Island. Celebrate locally grown strawberries at the 70th annual Mattatuck Lions Club Strawberry Festival. It's underway now and runs through Sunday. Dad is free on Father's Day with paid child admission. Or take Dad to the hatchery and aquarium. You can browse exhibits focused on freshwater aquatic animals, including fish, reptiles, and amphibians. It's Sunday in Cold Spring Harbor. Dads get in free with a paid child admission. Or see Keith Urban at Jones Beach. The award-winning country singer continues his High and Alive World Tour Saturday in Wantagh. Now for admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast and see how Father's Day is shaping out from today. Well, tomorrow, again, temps are dropping, but no rain. Saturday, we have a little rain in there. Sunday looks dry. Temps are pretty cool, so if you want to go out for lunch, maybe go out and dine outside because it'll be not too hot and not too cold. Rain moving in next week. We'll deal with that later, but it looks like a decent weekend.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. I'm Ken Bufa. Thank you so much for joining us.